Bă, pe Brawl Stars au fost multe update-uri tari reușite, dar au fost și update-uri care, vere, nu prea au fost ce trebuie. Așa că astăzi o să reacționăm la update-uri pe Brawl Stars, dar la alea cele mai proaste. Clipul este de la Muyo, așa că
Millions of Brawl Stars updates, most of them were pretty good, but which one is the best? Specifically features, brawlers, and whatever else is relevant. Now, Beta Brawl Stars added a lot of things, but the game was still in development, so it's really
deci până la urmă care e cel mai bun și cel mai rău și tot, adică o să vorbească aici.
not fair to put them up against the others, so here we are at global launch. Now this
Deci beta-ul a fost ok, dar nu prea a fost chiar așa. O să treacă practic prin toate update-urile.
was at the end of 2018 and it gave us a ton of features like boss fights, healing mushrooms, but most importantly it gave us Leon, a new legendary which was
Mamă, când s-a lansat Leonul.
issues. But also the maps were a lot bigger and everything was now 3D. This really just gave a whole new look to the game.
Și mi se pare că ăsta a fost unul dintre cele mai mari update-uri, gen.
Fresh, it looks clean and ready for global. Otherwise, it was pretty lackluster, but still huge. 6 out of 10. Early 2019 was interesting.
O să treacă prin toate update-urile.
Firstly, it fixed Brawl Ball. No longer are there days where you spawn behind the goal, and it just made the best 3v3 game mode actually playable. We got 2 new brawlers, Gene and Carl, as well as Siege. This was definitely a really El Primo solid muscles update, but again, it doesn't feel as notable as the others on this list. 5 out of 10. Following the mid-train, we got some cool features. Training Cave, Brawl TV, bow remodel, Rosa, but who really cares because we got BB? Only because of BB, this update is a 3 out of 10. Rosa was not fun at release, and let's face it, who watches Brawl TV? It better not be you. But the following update blew it out of the park. This is one of the most hype updates I've seen in Brawl Stars' history. The Summer of Robux. Not only did we get star points, which was a really good currency for progression and cosmetics back in the day, but we got second star powers. This drastically changed the meta and made brawlers who were
când s-au băgat star power-urile, da, corect.
Otherwise useless,
cele de-a doilea gen star power, da.
really useful, but well, everything good comes with something bad. We got Tick, 7 out of 10. August, September, and October
de am făcut eu piesă la Tick, atunci a ieșit Tick, 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 uite frate, sare bun.
2019 were pretty small updates. In those 3 months, we got 3 new brawlers, 8-Bit, Sandy, and Ems. Ranks 21 to 35 were added, which made trophy pushing that much better. Lone Star and Takedown were added, which sucked, but the biggest thing was arguably Power Play. Now, I barely remember what Power Play was, but it was the competitive mode at the time. You could only use
Power Play-ul ăla urât era.
with a star power, and you could only play twice a day. It wasn't great, but it was the predecessor to Power League. 5 out of 10. The last update of 2019 was pretty big. Not necessarily feature-wise, since it just gave us person fun during a challenge, but we got 2 brawlers in one update
Max
for the
și
first
B, am
time.
făcut piesa lui Max.
Max and B, which would go on to be very influential in the meta shifts of Brawl Stars. That's pretty much it though, 4 out of 10. January of 2020 pretty much just gave us Mr. P and Hot Zone, 3 out of 10. I like Hot Zone. March though was
deja aici era carantina și rupeam. Aici a fost cea mai tare perioadă pe Brawl Stars.
The ticket system was gone. We got Jackie and Sprouting gadgets. Gadgets were a game changer. A whole new way to play and strategize was introduced. Now brawlers can do so much more than before, and possibilities were through the roof. 9 out of 10. Following this update was another banger. Season 1 of the Brawl Pass, Tara's Bazaar. This update was incredible. First of all, we got the Brawl Pass, the best way to progress and incremental to the future of the game because it gave us quests, chromatics, pin packs,
mi se pare atât de recent, frate, și atât de departe.
and so much more. This update literally changed Brawl Stars forever. 9.5 out of 10. From now on, I'll refer to them as seasons, since Season 2 gave us the Summer of Monsters. Oh, this update was incredible. We got Surge, who was incredibly broken on release. Pins can now be used inside of games. Trophy Road was extended, and on top of all that, we got second gadgets. This update was incredible and get a 10. Wait.
10 din 10.
Super City Rampage. Oh. 4 out of 10. Season 3 wasn't incredible gameplay-wise, it just gave us Map Maker and 2 pretty unique brawlers. But what set this apart was the lore. This update opened up so much to the story of the game and will go down as one of the most memorable updates by far. 8 out of 10. The first half of Season 4 was a 2 out of 10. We got Lou and I hate Lou, but nothing else really happened. But the second half was pretty crazy. We got 2 brawlers in December, Byron, who was a unique twist on the hero class, but we also got the first animated pins. That's great. But by far the biggest addition was... why is it bleeping? It was him. 5 out of 10. Season 5 was Star Force. We got Ruffs as the Chromatic, who I thought was really fun to play. A few new gadgets. March gave us Stu, along with the first iteration of Power League, which it had some mixed feelings. I can't remember, and I don't really care. 5 out of 10. Season 6, the Gold Arm Gang. This update, like many others, had 2 brawlers, Bell and Squeak, both fun additions to the cast. But the biggest thing by far in this update was Knockouts, definitely one of the best game modes in Brawl Stars. Overall, 6 out of 10, it was fine. Season 7, Jurassic Splash. This update was actually kind of sick. We got 4 new game modes to try. Granted, 3 of them sucked, but we did get 2 new brawlers, Griff and Buzz. And the thing is, I don't talk about much, but it was spot on. I love the beachy vibes and the dinosaurs and all that stuff. It was great. 7 out of 10. Season 8 gave us Ash, Meg, and Showdown Plus. All great additions, but still pretty lacking. 5 out of 10. Season 9 was Brawlywood. This update was bad. Okay, Lola was strong. I love her, and you know, we got the Jessie remodel and Globally. That's great, but we also got Gears and Power 10 and 11. Yeah, it was nasty. Gears were terrible, and the new levels were just uncalled for. Nowadays, they aren't too bad, but it was just very jarring at the time. Just because of Gears, it was a 3 out of 10. Ending 2021 was Season 10, where we got Fang and Grom along with Duels. Another great game mode, which was one of the only ways we could 1v1 competitively. 6 out of 10. We started off 2022 strong with Season 11, the Biodome, which gave us one of my favorite brawlers, Eve, Wipeout, and Payload. Payload was absolute garbage, but Wipeout was fine.
Wipeout era ok.
Very similar to Bounty, but still pretty well good. 6.2 out of 10. The following month, we got another season to Stunt Show. It gave us Bot Drop, which I never played, but it looks really fun and strategic. Bonnie and Janet were introduced, who were really strong additions to the game, but we also got new cosmetics, sprays. They're kind of like Pins 2.0, except it's like graffiti and highly illegal, but they were pretty welcomed addition. More stuff to spend money on. I love it. 8 out of 10. Season 13 brought us Underwater with Otis, who was stupid and boring. I hate Otis, but like that's all. 2 new game modes, Mystery Mode and Hunters, but neither really impacted much. 3 out of 10. September was Season 14 in the Robo Factory. For the first time in years, Brawl Stars added a new PvE mode, 8-Bit's Last Stand, which it did not go well. The idea was cool, but it was too complex for the average player to understand, and the AI sucked. Like, come on. Otherwise, we got 2 great brawlers, Sam and Gus, who turned out to be great additions to the game. 7 out of 10. Only 1 month later, Season 15 had the long-awaited gear rework. Gears were no longer useless. They were pretty good now. The game was going through a lot of changes, most notably with star powers and gadgets being purchasable with gold, so you don't have to wait for them to show up in the shop or get them from a brawl box. But that wouldn't matter only 3 months later. Season 16, Candyland. Brawl boxes were gone.
Când au scos boxurile, mie de aici nu mi-a mai plăcut Brawl Stars.
No more gambling, no more trophy road brawlers, and now we have credits and chroma credits, fame, 3 new
chestia asta a îmbunătățit jocul, dar mie nu mi-a plăcut gen.
OP brawlers, and of course, banger music. 8 out of 10. These changes I feel were very good for the game, but they did have a few major flaws, specifically with gold, which we had none. We had no gold. But there was a way to fix that, because in Season 17, we finally got Masteries. A great goal to push towards with really solid rewards to get along the way. Player cards that you show off your pins and titles and all that fun stuff. Artie and Willow were very lackluster brawlers. They were just ripped from other brawlers. It was kind of stupid. I hated them, but it was very safe and as solid as the indestructible walls that we also got. 6 out of 10. Season 18 gave us Maisie and Hank. Hank being OP and Maisie being not as OP, but still pretty OP. The catalog let us choose our own cosmetics for the low price of blank. This update was really great for the free-to-play player especially. 7 out of 10. Season 19, Enchanted Woods. Star drops were added, bringing back some of that needed randomization, and as well we got Cordelius and Doug, who offered really fun mechanics unlike anything we've seen before. Not Doug though. 6 out of 10. Could have had more. Now, what was the best update? Based on my very accurate and non-biased ratings, it was Season 1 of the Brawl Pass and the gadget.
Deci ăla cu Brawl Pass-ul a fost cel mai tare și ăla când se bag gadget. Da, așa i s-a părut lui. Bă, mie cel mai tare sezon mi s-a părut sincer ăla în care s-a lansat jocul global. Gen, ca feeling, știi ce zic? Ca feeling, nu știu. Ziceți-mi voi în comentarii pentru voi care a fost cel mai tare sezon. Eu am fost Meitii, vă pup.